Yo, GL. You know what fucking time it is?
It's your fault. It's what time it is.
What do you mean? What time it is?
I mean, oh, Father. I mean,
It's time for the
everything
Trident.
is your fault.
Oh, it's my fault that you're a piece of.
Yeah, it's your
Okay.
fault that I'm a POS. And I'm going to tell everybody on the Trident.
And you were late. Okay. Here we go, son. Let me strike my hammer.
Mine's bigger. Daddy, it's your fault, Daddy. It's all your fault, Dad.
Shut up. Sit down.
I'm telling Mom.
Shut up. Sit down.
Mom. Hey, I wonder if Rico's going to blame Andrew Tate.
Fuck you say, Glenn.
All right, guys. Let's do this today. We're about to go hard. My dad still is Rolling Stone. He's dating a girl younger than me. Man, I want to say that's Conan, but I think that's Thor in his younger years.
Yeah. Here you go, Glenn. Glenn. What's a POS?
Let's go, boys.
Let's go, boys. Meat's back on the menu.
Oh, it's time. About Conan.
Let's flash a few signs there, Glenn. What do you say, man? What do we do? Oh, let's do our ultimate gang sign. Hey, Cappy.
This is for the Cappy.
How you doing, GL, this evening? You blaming all your shit on me? I see you don't have your cut on. You know, you're gonna have to torture yourself and embarrass yourself now.
Well, you know what, Pops? It's all your fault because I left my cut in your garage and you didn't tell me that I needed it.
Oh, therefore, it's my fault that the cut that has your blood ingrained into it, you left.
Yeah, I mean, don't you know that it's always your fault?
You know, every time you have to go to jail, you're supposed to call one of us to get the cut so it never goes to jail.
That's true. Thank God that I used to be a corrections officer, so I won't ever go to jail. So, I mean, is it really all your dad's fault?
Well, Glenn,
How much of this? How much of life can you blame on your dad?
Well, a lot of POSs out there, and these pieces of hammered, grubby little amphibian feces say that it's your dad's fault and it's grandpa's fault. They started me behind the start line.
Well, okay. Here's a few things. If you didn't learn how to ride a bike until you were in high school, okay, blame your dad. You can blame your dad. He wasn't there. He didn't teach you how to ride a bike. Got it. But if you are in your 30s and you don't have a lick of work ethic in your bones, you cannot blame your dad for teaching you work ethic, because you were an adult for how many years and you've just shitted your life away. Does that make sense?
Exactly. Well, let's get into it, though. I mean, they make a valid point, man. Good, dearest little friend of ours posted a post on the tweet on the twatter, and he makes a really, really good point. He did this on Father's Day. It was a Happy Father's Day tweet or twat, however you want to say it. It said the young men.
We're gonna start calling it a twat. I twatted out a message today.
Why not?
Might as well.
Might as well call it twatter. I like that. I think that fits. Glenn, are you becoming a twat master? What are you doing playing with that phallic object around your mouth there?
I mean, you know what? I have officially been a trolling twat.
A trolling twat.
I'm a trolling twatter.
Mm-hmm. That's too funny, man. Okay, so I got this tweet from our good friend Serge, and he stated that young men of today are being blamed and abused for the faults and abuses of our fathers and grandfathers. Happy Father's Day. A little bit of embitterment there, It's kind of like getting a start in life with a ball and chain around your ankles, I guess. What did you do, Glenn? Did you unplug your own mic? If you cup it like this,
we should be back in action.
If you could cup it like this, you would do better.
Like,
if you speak to it like that.
You speaking to the mic like this. You said like
exactly. You got to get the twist too. And since you don't have your cut, you need to kind of get past that puff guard.
My jaws don't retract like that. But no, seriously, what? I love Sergio. Sergio's a good guy.
He is. But it brings up a really good point, man.
He does bring up a good point. He brings up a good point that a lot of these young people want to blame their parents. They want to blame their grandpas. They just want to blame everybody else but themselves.
Yeah.
And I'll even connect it to the people that are mad about racism from the past, and they're trying to blame white people today.
It's nearly the same thing.
I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with what happened back in, the beginning of the nation. I wasn't there. So
genetics carry the memory, apparently. Have you heard the latest? Your genetics carry the memory.
Shit, you know how many drug addicts are running my family? My genes are all messed up. You know how many steroids are running through my system? My
putting a little hydrocortisone on your skin don't count, right?
Exactly. Oh my god.
Or on your sack. That itch cream you're using down there doesn't count.
Oh no. But it's just it's like, look, there are some things, like I said, you could blame your dad for. But you can only blame them for so long. And then there comes a point where it's just like, when are you going to own up? When are you going to man up? Just because you had a shitty dad or an absent dad or a dad or your mom alienated you from your dad doesn't give you a pass to be a shitty man or not to measure up as a man.
Well, I'm glad you look at it that way, because I think that even just a generation before you looks at it differently, and I'll tell you why I think that. They're brought up in our school system. Everything's fair. And when things go wrong emotionally, you look to the outside of yourself for your solution. This is very common female behavior. And you can see it demonstrated. Oh, I just lost my camera. There we go. So you can see it demonstrated, Glenn. You're covering your face, dude. It's a much better look. But yeah, that's right there, Glenn. Right there. Perfect. Here, maybe I could fix that whole thing. Here we go. Yeah, perfect. So where was I? I must have digressed. But you'll notice the difference between, at least I did when I was young, difference between male and female behavior is that, growing up, us boys would say, suck it up, stand up, get back in the game. Girls are always picked up. It'll be all right, sweetie. It's not your fault. And then put back into the game or whatever they were doing. Here, get back in the ring of rosies and circle the posies or whatever. Right.
Well, it's almost like this. Like, look, yeah, it's not your fault that you had a shitty dad or you had an absent dad. But you have the responsibility to measure up to be a man.
Well, that's kind of what my response was once I heard the tweet. It's absolutely the wrong approach for young men to take, because what it does is it actually changes you down to a past actions. It changes you down subconsciously. Actually, you shouldn't even repeat something like that. If I'm being honest with you, if I was counseling a man, you should never even consider engaging this in conversation like that, because when you do that, you give it weight and you give it gravity just through the sheer law of attraction.
Well, what other doors are you opening up by that statement, Thor?
The doors opening up by a statement we're living in because of the abuse of our fathers and grandfathers.
How dangerous is that? Can we go back in time to Australia?
I don't really ascribe the danger to the words, but I ascribe the behaviors that go along with those words that set up the behaviors. Like, I'm going to make excuse for my behavior is really only harmful to the individual, not necessarily dangerous to the group, but in mass, I guess it could be.
Well, check this out. Do you remember what happened in Australia like 2 years ago when they made all the little boys stand up and apologize in a school?
Oh, yeah.
Apologize for all the sexual assaults that happened, that women suffered or women been through. These are 9-10-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
They're having to apologize for shit that they didn't even do.
That's programming. That's deep state programming.
So that's what this whole blame your dads and grandfathers for you are responsible and you're being blamed for their mistakes. So if you adopt that mentality, then you're saying that women are to blame you. You're to be blamed for her ex-boyfriend. It's your fault. You take the responsibility of her ex-boyfriend for screwing her over now. You have to take that blame for that now. You have to take that consequence. That's your fault. And it's like, when do we just say, no, I'm not taking the responsibility for someone else. I'm going to be accountable only for myself and my actions.
We're not really ready there. And the problem is we needed to actually get them ready there by the time they were adolescent men. This is a big deal. And this is a huge difference between men and women there too, because you raise these boys, they apologize for the men. They're set up into a very feminine, submissive position. And, they're not being held accountable by themselves to themselves. And here's the thing. You can't actually, even though fathers are accountable for their children, they have to teach self-accountability. This is what you rail about all the time, because without the self, holding them accountable is not possible. You cannot do it. They will self-destruct. So, here you can see kind of the response that I had, because I wanted to be very poignant to anybody that might consider this type of saying these sort of things. And now, bless Sergio, he probably just wanted some controversy because he probably knows deep down that this does set you up for a lifetime of, a slave mind mentality for sure. It's wrong. Young men being blamed today for the abuse and the faults and abuses of our fathers and grandfathers. This speaks back to what you said about the children in Australia, right? Being blamed for the actions of others. This is common. This is definitely Marxist behavior, and that's what they do today. When somebody's in trouble, they get the whole family in trouble or put them in prison. So very good for Serge by pointing it out, but fundamentally, it's still wrong that blaming for the stupid shit they themselves do. I mean, those young boys, they could be blamed for the dumb shit they do, and confidence ignorance only goes so far. Life is just not fair. It wasn't fair that those boys had to stand up and apologize. It wasn't fair that the women made them do it. Men
Yeah, it's
before
like
us
I don't
did
want to be
fuck up.
blamed. I
Men
don't want
before
to
us
be
did
blamed
fuck
for all
up.
the women that you alpha widowed. Please.
Right. Men fucked up that came before us, but here's the thing, it doesn't count now. For us now, we have to take up, wipe the dirt, the tears off our own candy asses and go get some. We have to be savage motherfuckers, Glenn, because that's what I would like to impart to young men. When you're told to stand up and apologize, you say, oh, fuck no, I didn't do it.
It's just like saying, like, you know what? I will not apologize for any vagina that got destroyed that I did not destroy.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. But then leave my imprint on it.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to apologize for it.
Yeah.
You know,
So take a look at Sergio's thing. He
yeah,
definitely
can you read it? Let's read it out loud.
Yeah, it's young men of today are being blamed or abused for the faults and abuses of our fathers and grandfathers. I know what he meant, but in absence, this isn't referring to what the women were. But I know he meant that. He
Yeah.
assumed all the readers did, but just putting words like that out there to a young man and to some men, they won't get that. And there actually is a trend of young men to blame what came before.
Well, here's the thing. It's a way. It's simp game. It's beta
tell me.
game.
Yeah. Servant leader game.
It's like, yeah, I'm so sorry that, you know what? Let me take care of that. I will show you what a good man is, because I'm not gonna be like Thor. I'm not gonna just swing my meat hammer around. No,
Yeah. I'm
I won't.
selective.
I'll be gentle, and
I'm
mine's
selective.
flaccid half the time. Don't worry. You know, like that's what they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, if I don't do it, I'm not apologizing for it. Oh, you were in a bad situation? I'm sorry you chose badly. That's as much of a sorry you're going to get from me. It's like, I'm not here to fix you or pay atonement for someone else's fuck ups. But I will take atonement and pay my due penance for my mistakes. That's what we have to do as men. And see, here's the mentality of it though. There is a lack of accountability on both men and women, but it's differently, right?
It is. It's really different. It starts at a super early age, Glenn.
Yes. It's
and I'll tell you why. This is going to sound really horrible. But imagine as young kids grow up, they're essentially kind of the same. They're cut from the same cloth, even boys and girls, even though there's distinctions. But then puberty hits, right? And there's a big difference between boys and girls. And you can even see this in brain structure. You know, girls get, I'm going to say it, somewhere between 13 and 15. Within less than a year, they become sexually mature. And when I say sexually mature, that means fully capable of having children straight out the gate. There's no bones about it, primed, ready to go, hit the start line and run. And that value is expressed with no action of their own. It's just, girl, are you old enough to go to the baker by yourself? Yep. Then you're old enough to get bread. Boys, on the other hand, that's an old Viking saying, by the way, Glenn.
How many girls did you give bread to?
Now, I didn't give bread to any of it. It said how many girls can go to the baker's
I'm just
by
asking
themselves.
you, didn't you own like Thor's Bakery?
No, that was different. Anyway, different story. Okay, change subject. Yeah. Let's just say there might have been some sparks and lightning, but you know, when the cloud of flowers settled, I was nowhere to be found. Okay, so now that nobody knows that, boys, on the other hand, they enter puberty, but it is not an overnight task. Most of them don't even get facial hair until their late teens, if not 20s, and they don't fill out their frame to be as powerful and capable of violence until their late teens, which is where a sexually mature adult man that's capable of protecting and raising progeny needs to be. So there is this huge gap. I mean, we've discussed it before between men and women, and the women or the girls get instant validity on their value. The boys do not. And here's the thing, in an effort to make it fair, we treat them exactly the same. It'll be all right. Your value is your value. Just be you. If you're a little sissy, can't understand normal thinker, it's okay. It's just who you are. Be who you are.
You know
It's
what?
okay.
If anybody wants to, if you want to blame anybody, like if you want to be in this blame game world,
I'm gonna blame feminist Marxism.
blame your mom
Mm,
for neutering your dad. Blame your mom for undermining your father.
mm.
If you want to blame anybody, blame your mom that bitched out your coach for you not getting a trophy when you suck.
Hey, let me call somebody out real quick. Somebody just caught their first live Triton. We don't do these very often because, gentlemen, please, Mr. Balassi, let me just say something. Not sure which channel you're watching, but subscribe to Glenn Lawrence and also subscribe to RP Thor. Glenn and I hit the tide and we spin rubber, and we need your support to do the Trident. Very adult oriented here on the live stream. We have a lot of leeway, but it doesn't last. And really, only your support as a member of those YouTube channels will allow you to replay these and get the shorts. These immediately go within hours over to the member side, so they're not available to the public. And that's just to kind of protect, the younger audience, and of course from YouTube scrutiny, and to give a little treat to everybody there. So we appreciate you coming the first time live, sir. Honorary.
Yeah, this is like the
Trident.
anti-blue-haired cuck guys, channel.
Oh, Glenn, you know what? We got a comment last time I went live that just fucking killed me, man. I loved it. It actually struck a memory, a very fond memory of mine. You want to hear a story?
What memory was this?
Okay, so somebody had mentioned one of our comments that you and I, with our cuts on, and I wear my cataract glasses because I'm an old fuck, and then you wear your I'm too cool to be cool Joe glasses.
Well, because I'm Hollywood.
Because you're Hollywood type. And you got that really evil devil beard, and then I got this skunk beard with my little touch of glamour in it. And
you think my beard's the devil? I think so too. I kind of love it.
Fucking badass, man. A devil beard. I can grow one of those too. I can grow a pencil mustache like nobody's business, man. But
anyways,
one of my handlebars. But anyway, back to the story. He said, basically said, YouTube POSs remind me of classical 80s bad guys from cop shows in the 80s. And
can we give that guy an award? Like, that guy deserves something.
Does he not know that one of the most influential pieces that I had in my life was watching Miami Vice in 1985 as almost a journeyman lineman, a young journeyman lineman with one of my dearest friends, Steve Liebel. And we considered ourselves the world's greatest at the time, but we were missing something. And we saw the Miami Vice with the episode entitled The Viking Bikers from Hell. And they did have 80s bad guys there. And after that, we were known as the Viking linemen from hell.
I mean, look, out of all the movies I like playing the bad guy. Why? Because it's fun.
You could be honest.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Bad guy's the best character to play. You know what?
No, I do like anti-hero though, because it's a bit of a challenge.
It is. It's like, do I want to be good? Do I want to be good? How much are you paying me to be good? It's like,
yeah. I have a little bit of simp for that mediocre poon that I'm saving, maybe just a little bitty bit.
It's like, am I simping right now? Or am I not simping?
Hey, a little bit of simp for an anti-hero goes a long way with a modern blue pill audience. It really does.
It does. So let's get back to the topic though. Yep. Like, let me just run this down. What do you get for blaming your father? Because your life is a piece of shit. Do you get an award? No.
But you get a pass.
Do you get handouts? No. I mean, welfare system is all dedicated to women. So if you're a guy blaming your dad for you being a piece of shit, then you're not going to get anything out of it. You don't get sympathy.
Right.
What do you get? Nothing.
Well,
But
you
made
get
fun of.
you get a setup so that socially you can get away with being a piece of shit. At least you think you do. You get cover. You get a cover story. Wait, Glenn, you push the button. Glenn. Master at arms. God damn it. And you forgot your cut and you put the mute button on. I want to hear what you got to say, buddy.
I said, like, if you're going to be.
Glenn, you're pushing all the buttons.
Okay, I stopped pushing buttons. If you're going to be blaming somebody, like, you don't even get to pass the blame because at some point in time in your life, the check comes to you.
It does.
You're going to have to pay up at the end. So all you're doing is you're like building up horrible credit. And the bill's coming. You know, at the end of the day, you could pass it on to your dad. Just put the blame on my dad's credit. Put it on dad's credit. But guess what? Dad's not here no more.
Right.
So time to pay the piper.
Yep, but they can't because it's not their fault, man. You know, if somebody else should be paying that shit for me. Dude, you can't imagine my son, how many emotional guys, but you know what? I do help them because I give them small challenges. And this is the thing. Anybody that's going to have that mentality, most of them don't even know they have it. It's that much of a habit. It's like the habits we get and like the habits like girls get where anything happens throughout the day and part of their expression is, oh my God. You ever run into girls like that? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, I mean,
you know,
my girl calls me that every single time I'm digging her down.
Okay, that was a bad example. Mine calls me the God. So,
well, whatever.
No, yeah, right.
I'm a demigod. So, you know, I get, oh
right,
my God.
Right. You know, sometimes I get called dog a lot, but you know what dog spelled backwards means?
God.
There you go. That's how I take it. I'm called dog all the time on Twitter.
Well, I'm either like, oh Jesus, oh
Hey.
Jesus, oh my God, oh
Yeah.
like I'm holy somewhere.
But what I'm saying is there's this subconscious habit when you get into that blaming, particularly how you were raised. All right, let me stop real quick, guys. I can't tell you how important it is to hit the subscribe and the like. It just encourages the shit out of us, gives us some stripes, fuels our dragons. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and do a war horn for Ernest Apodaca. Just a thankful super sticker to the kitty. It helps keep us going. Let's blast an Odin war horn for him. What do you say, Glenn?
Let's go.
From the Viking Bikers from Hell collection.
So, like, here's the thing, guys. You may not be the one that caused the problem. It may not be your fault that you're in the shitty situation that you're in. But you have the responsibility to fucking act. And that's something your dad cannot do for you. Your daddy cannot act for you. Your daddy can't go on the field and play football for you. Your daddy can't help you get good grades and pass the test for you. Your daddy can't do the things that you need to do to make you a man. Your daddy just can't do that. So stop blaming somebody that can't do it for you.
Yeah.
Start blaming yourself. And if you find yourself blaming your daddy, if you blame yourself, you could actually do something about it. Because when you're blaming somebody else and it's always somebody else's fault, that means you're a victim and you're always going to be a victim. And guess what? You're always going to be a piece of shit. If you ever want to not be a piece of shit, start taking responsibility and take the blame.
Dude, we should start a fucking in-person class called the Anti-Piece of Shit School.
Oh my God, that'll be, bro.
Dude, it'd be too much. It'd be busy way too much. But, you know, yesterday was Father's Day. And by the way, thank you, Son of Thor. Appreciate that.
Did you get your card? Did you get your card in the mail today?
No, there's no mail running today. But, you know, I am a God amongst men. I know what's going on.
Okay. As long as you know,
you know what perspicacity means?
Yes.
I have a lot. RP stands for
Royal
raudaciously.
penis?
No, well, that too, but it's raudaciously perspicacious Thor. You guys
Oh,
that thought it was red pill are completely off base.
I thought it was,
It also stands for really penultimate Thor, which means I'm the next to the last, which means you have big shoes to jump into, son.
I got a size 12.
Not quite big enough, but they will get there with a little bit of help. Show
no,
me
like,
your hand. Show me your hand again. As soon as this part of your hand gets bigger than mine, you'll
oh, it's big in there.
be.
I pick up the whole screen.
Do you now?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Can you do this?
No, but I can do this.
No, it's got to be like this. Got to kind of flick it. Can you do that? Okay. No, not little hairy, gribbly, grabbly stuff.
Look, I didn't get shocked by 1,000 million electrical bolts at once.
And dude, if you have an electrically deformed finger, that works too. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get that blessing. Okay.
Oh, that's yeah, blessing, buddy. But let's get to a serious story, though. You know, you've been in the military, you've been in combat zones.
Yep.
So you kind of understand where I'm going through with self-accountability. It is really the only accountability that works. It is really the only one when we say hold somebody accountable. Can you imagine having the audacity as a YouTube creator here to hold somebody else accountable for their fucking words or actions? All we could do is laugh and make fun. And we really don't have that ability. The only person
I do on Twitter, like that's all Twitter is to me. I point.
It's fun as hell. Yeah. No, the accountability. What I'm saying is true accountability, and this is where you shine, is you take it on for yourself. You know, I think that's actually the true meaning of these, you know, serious religions. I think ultimately when you shred away the rest, it's ultimate accountability to you with your consciousness here inside of this universe that is conscious, is to take that accountability at the smallest possible quantum level and then do something with it. Anyway, for another day, a serious story, because you've been in those combat zones. You have friends that have had PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, correct? You know, and you may have suffered some of that too with the accusations that you had. But I'll use you as an example too. But I want to talk about my father, Odin. Okay, so when I hear somebody talk about the abuse of my father or grandfather or the sins of the father afflicting the son, yeah, there is a reputational fact that does follow you, but it can be overcome. But here's the thing. I want to talk to you about Odin. He had 3 brothers, younger than him. His father, a good man, but worked on the railroad, was always gone. He had his younger brother, and they were spread by 2 years apart. So he was 7 years old. There was a 5 and a 3-year-old. His mother, in front of him, ate a bullet through her mouth and killed herself in front of her 7-year-old son. Now, after that, he ended up going to 17 different high schools. He was in nearly a dozen foster homes. Fortunately, most of the time they kept him with his brothers, and he got in trouble. He was headed in that direction. Now, he had an epiphany that's stunning, and it really touches me. He told me about this when I was an adult, because he would always rescue dogs. He would pick up stray dogs and feed them and try to find them homes. And it would piss my mom off.
Did he work for VCA?
No. But what he did is he said, you know, I was upset all the time, and I didn't do good in my childhood. I didn't do good in my grades and this and that. I only did good when I got into the Air Force. And he said at 15, he found a litter of puppies that barely had their eyes open. And he picked them up and strangled them and broke their necks. He was angry.
God, man.
He had some post-traumatic stress. And he said he dreamt that night and something happened to him. And he hated himself for doing it. but he changed himself entirely. It became, instead of post-traumatic stress disorder, it became post-traumatic growth skills. And he changed his entire life to be super successful. He went out of his way to take care of dogs. He was the one that told me dog spelled backwards is God. And that, he kind of hoped when he died, he could take all the dogs with him.
All dogs go to heaven.
Dude, it affected him deeply, but it made him a much better father. And if anybody, he's self-educated. He became a practical engineer. Did very, very well for himself. He died 2 years ago of a stroke, but it stuck with me that if anybody had an excuse to go to prison, be a dirty, rotten scoundrel, and plead his innocence because of the sins of his mother and father, would have been him. And even though his dad couldn't keep up and was not there because he had to work and then he gallivanted here and there, when his father had damage to his liver at 55, he took him in and took care of him until he died. He still did it. Interesting. But it wasn't because of that. It was because he wanted to show him that he overcame all that stuff and it was time to get better and make amends, even to him. He said, now it's time for me to be father to him and show him.
Well, I mean, I think that's how the cycle of this world works, right? Like,
he took accountability for himself, Glenn.
Yeah.
And he didn't ever have that excuse that so many today do. And it puzzles me.
I bet you he wasn't even bitter about taking care of his dad.
No.
He just looked at it as, this is what I do.
Yeah. Now, how does a guy get there? How does a guy get there like that? I still puzzle with it a little bit because I haven't seen too many guys actually get out of that and do that. Now, I know you've had some post-traumatic stress, but look what you've done so far. You're turning it into post-traumatic growth.
Here's the thing for me. Like, I've always said, like, I'm not going to let people define me. You're not going to define me. No one's, as soon as you put me in the box or put a glass ceiling,
they have power over you when they do that. Even over your subconscious,
Yeah, I will shatter that box and destroy whatever confines you think you could put me in. I was a last, like, I had teachers in high school betting on whether or not I was going to graduate or not. And then I ended up being a valedictorian for religious studies major.
That's amazing.
Like, the worst kid in high school ends up becoming the valedictorian 4.0 student at Liberty University studying theology.
That's great, dude.
Military, kicked ass there. Movies. You know how hard it is to get in the film industry? I made movies.
You had a journey of self-discovery, I could tell.
It's like as soon as somebody says you can't do it, watch me do it, because that's the mentality you have to have. Don't let somebody else's projection on their limitations or their lack. No, my dad didn't teach me how to be an actor. My dad didn't teach me how to play the bass. My dad was like your dad. My dad worked. My dad had to bust his ass. I saw my dad probably between the ages of 3 to 18. Probably maybe all those years, maybe amount of maybe 2 years worth or 3 years worth in days. But me and my dad have a great relationship.
I could tell you what your dad did pass you and remind me a little bit later in the show, because it's one of the most important skills to pass that can get you out of this mentality of blaming others. Now, there is comfort in blaming others for your predicament. I've watched it. I've watched it with my clients, and it is so difficult to get past. One of the most difficult thing, because they don't see it as an entitlement. But really, when you have this sort of mentality, it feels like an entitlement, like you're entitled to complain and stop what these people are doing because it's being done to you, even though it is not. And even if it was done to you in the past, today, it's no longer happening. But it is, there's a comfort in doing that because it alleviates you from doing actually what has to be done, which is actions. And it's actions in your subconscious, actions in your frontal cortex. And man, change is hard. Hey, look who we have here. Good Lord. Who's getting a double?
Hello, Danny.
He's going to get double stuff with a war horn here. Danny. Man, talk about a stud. Danny Arnold, another son of Thor. We're gonna have some t-shirts coming out here for the Trident Sons of Thor soon. And that'll
mine
be
will be
really
like,
cool.
you're a degenerate.
Of course they are. I have a
But then
t-shirt that says it's your fault, Glenn. It's great. Every time I see my own reflection and then it says it's your fault, Glenn. Like say when working out, it reminds me that everything is all me. My reflection tells me it's all your fault, Glenn.
Right. You know what? That's what my dad told me. My dad told me, he said, you know what? The common denominator in all of your problems is always you.
Yep.
I said, you fuck up, it's always you. Doesn't matter what they did. You're still the common denominator in all your problems.
It's kind of like Jocko's good. And it's what my dad actually taught me too, is anything, something bad, I said something bad happened, I'd say, they kicked me off of this or this and that, and the teacher didn't like me. You'd say, good. Dad, how can you say that? The teacher told me this and I said, good. Why? Because it's good, because the common denominator is you. Now go figure out why you're the common denominator and then come back to me and tell me if the answer's good, I'll stand side by side with you and swing.
See, that's the difference, right? See, that's the beautiful thing there is like my dad will let me go try out anything, any venture that I wanted to do, whether he agreed with it or not, do it. That's what you want to do it. But if I get stuck and I go back, hey, Dad, I'm stuck on this problem. Now he'll teach me. This is how you can do it. This is how you get to where you want to get to. He let me fail first because he knows that it would take, for me, I'm not one of those people that listens to people really easily. You're not going to just tell me something. I'm going to tell you, no, my boy's better. And I know that about me. So my dad would sit there and watch me fail. And then when I finally swallowed my pride, he'd be like,
he didn't want you to, but that was good. Yeah.
Yeah. He never went too far to let me go too far to where I would fail and be like, you know, detrimental to me. So, but he would always be right there, just be like on the sidelines, just like, are you ready?
Yeah. So now is a good time to bring it up.
Go ahead.
Now is what he passed to you, what has to be passed. And it doesn't have to be from your father. This can actually, believe it or not, this could actually come from a mother, but it's super, super rare. This can come from a masculine. It's better coming from a masculine identity to any man. And it can be done at any age, but it's more important earlier. And that is the dominant masculine present skill of problem solving. Problem solving, oftentimes those opportunities that are brought about are not given out of compassion. Yet we think we're being compassionate because we're saying, no, it's okay. It's okay. Not your fault. You know, just take a breath, stop crying. It's not your fault. They were kind of unfair in the way they pushed the ball down there. You know, they were a little rough with you. It's okay. Whereas the actual problem solving skill would have pushed in the direction that was more compassionate, which is, look, you're not dribbling correctly. You need to do this and this. Now, why don't you try it even, and then you fail, but then you solve the problem. And now he's proud of you. So it's the problem solving skill that really adjusts for this victim mentality because it equips you. Who was it out of the Bible that said, you know, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day.
That was,
you teach a man to fish.
Yeah.
And then he has a crab boat forever. Or something like that anyway.
It's like you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man a fish, he feeds for a lifetime.
Right.
You know, and it's like, see, that's the problem. Parents. I'm talking to all you Zoomers and your millennial parents.
Well, Boomers do this too.
You degenerate parents. You have taken away the struggle from your child, the obstacles that made you great. And now they don't know what to do with it. I would, that's one thing that my dad did is he let me face the same obstacles. He didn't take away the obstacles from my life, but he told me how to get over them and get through them when I faced them. When I was in the middle of it, Dad was there. This is how, he didn't do it for me. He told me how to climb over the obstacles. He told me how to do it. So he was a coach on the sideline coaching me
Right.
through my own obstacles. And that's what parents are not doing anymore. They're either removing the obstacles or they're just letting their kids die in front of the obstacles.
Stand by, Glenn. I got to clean my glasses here. These cataract
All that,
glasses,
all
so I
that
can see.
cataracts from all that weed you smoke, huh?
And I do not smoke weed, but I don't
I
drink
know.
either. But I'm looking at our chat here, and I'm looking at a brand new picture from my sister wife here, Star Adam. She has glasses on now. Look at her
Oh,
little
we
picture,
know.
Star. Your exercise program appears to be paying off in spades. Star, welcome on board. We're always glad to see you. This is what I told my brother. Make him watch this. Oh, now we're going to hold your brother accountable. Yes, dear. Tired of
No,
people excuses. Everything is not dad's fault.
it's
No,
not Dad's fault.
look at, she looks good in glasses. Good for you.
And here's the other thing. It's not always your woman's fault either.
True. It's not.
See, guys are adopting this feminine, let's just blame everybody for everything. It's my ex-wife's fault. No, you played a role in it too, buddy. Okay?
Oh, look at
Own
Sarah.
it.
Look at Sarah. She brings up something I want to hear your opinion on. The PTSD growth that she's witnessed, which we know it's rare, but it seems to be self-accountability and realization after a catalyst. Yes, there has to be a catalyst added, and then that problem-solving skill kit. There is a catalyst. I think that's super important. Now, that catalyst, interestingly enough, I need to categorize some of that because I think that's super important. I could really use that. I've been working on something like that for some of the clients that I have. Because the catalyst will be different for everybody. But let me get back to her chat. The climb after the rock bottom is such an amazing example as a rite of passage. Yes, it does fit right into rite of passage, and particularly a rite of passage that is worth a lifetime of leverage. I hate to say it, but my father's catalyst of murdering the puppies is so intense with him, it lasted him a lifetime. And I know he suffered guilt from it, but it changed him.
Here's the question, Thor.
Wild. Life is a wild ride.
Here's my question to you.
Yeah.
You ever been in a foxhole?
A foxhole. I've walked in two of them in Germany and in Belgium, but they were old World War II ones. They weren't active. Now,
Okay.
on the other hand, I was in a World War II reenactment with fully automatic paintball guns, and I was sitting in a trench. Does that count?
Sure.
Okay.
So being in a foxhole, like your life kind of depends on me to a degree.
Right.
Because I got to watch your six.
Yep.
That's my responsibility. And your responsibility is to watch my six, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to let somebody they'll have that responsibility. They have to meet a standard. Are you foxhole worthy? Have you been through some shit and overcome it? Have you been victorious in your battles?
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't, I'm not getting in a foxhole with you. I don't care how smart you are about it. I don't care how big and strong you are. If you've never been tested, if you never overcome obstacles and failed, and then learn to overcome them without blaming your dad, I don't want to be in a foxhole with you.
Yeah.
And that's the rite of passage. That's the measuring stick as a man. Are you foxhole worthy? That's what men need to ask themselves today. Are you foxhole worthy?
It comes from rites of passage and teamwork sort of scenarios too. It
is.
I wish we had really strong.
You know what's different about being in a foxhole? Being in a foxhole, you can't blame nobody.
It's just you.
It's you and your partner.
Right.
And if your partner dies, it's your fault. It's not his fault. It's your fault. And if you can't take that responsibility, you don't belong in a foxhole.
Well, I see the metaphor for sure.
And it's like, I'm wondering if you think about it, I put the guys in rule zero with me. I'll jump in a foxhole with them any day of the week.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
No,
not many other guys
really
outside of
frustrating.
that.
Yeah. It's funny. There's a whole crowd out there that don't get that, and they don't really have solid problem solving skills and understand what they're. I mean, we fuck around on there too, and we make fun. And there is a problem with people not understanding how to socially interact, where you can have fun, tease back and forth, back and forth. It's not the same thing as this cry complaining. A lot of it's feigned sissyism or feigned crying and, oh, woe is me. Somebody on Twitter said, that I'm old. Really? Somebody on Twitter said I'm not as intelligent because I misspelled a word. But yeah, they do that, and they really don't have problem solving skills because
It's like they get
it really
so
reveals
triggered.
a lot of that, huh?
They get so triggered, bro. It's
His
like,
social skills, right?
it's like, do you guys know I really don't care what you say about me on Twitter? I
You
really
know,
don't.
I worked in a cube farm not too long ago, right before the vid, and I was supervising some stuff, and there was quite a few young employees in there, and there was a lot of drama because, believe it or not, there was drama over the buffet they had every Thursday. It was a potluck, you see, men, women. Most of them are sub 35 category, and then there were some older gals, plus. The funny thing I noticed about the older gals, that most of them were really sweet, but they didn't want to be there. I can't think of a single one that wanted to be in that, and they got paid great, and they had their careers, and I can't think of a single one of them that wanted to be there.
Hey, can you highlight Sarah's message? That comment deserves.
Which one? The Catalyst?
Yeah. No.
New. Oh, I see it. New one. Yeah. Let's do that.
This one is good. This is good. Some space between survival mindset is a must. You don't have the capacity for growth if you still react with instincts or training or perceived threats. I find that interesting because
wait. I'm not sure what that means, honestly.
Okay, so I'm taking it as like some space between the survival mindset is a must. Like, you have to have that survival mindset. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to survive? Right? And that's how I look at that. You don't have capacity for growth if you still react with instinct. Now, I take that as true because you know what? That's fight, flight, or freeze, right? That could be an instinct, right?
Yeah. I think training's a really big deal though, because training gets you out of that frontal neocortex when the time counts.
To perceive threats. I'm not sure if this is a typo, but I'm liking what they're trying to say here.
I like the direction, but I want to know about training because training
backfire, you take cover. Okay, yeah. So you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like car backfires and you take cover.
Right. Okay.
It's like you're not even assessing the terrain or what you're going through, where you're at.
Gotcha.
You're just dropping. And that's true. I get it. Because you know what? There is training. We do these instinct and natural reactions.
Let's overcome it. Right.
Yeah. But it's like you're only reactive. So you're not really growing if you're just always reactive.
Right. That is correct. You want to get some time eventually. In fact, that's what training does. Training can get you in your upper mammalian brain, which they call a human brain, which is that frontal neocortex, a little bit slower than that reacting brain. Hang on, my camera did its thing. There we go. Let's try this. Oh, that's not a good camera look. Okay, here we go. But you train because, like Star says, we have a response that is that reaction that comes from a mammalian and lizard brain, which is fight, flee, or freeze. And you can see that, but you go with training, and that starts to affect that inner part of your brain where you no longer need to engage that frontal neocortex, and it becomes more instinctual. And that's where training is important. So it kind of confused me on it, but no, I totally understand now. But reaction brain is a hard place to be, particularly when you're blaming everybody else.
Reaction brain is based on an emotion to a degree.
Of course, that's a faster way of making decisions.
Exactly. And it's like, I like being proactive. I like what Mr. Balassi said.
The Boy Scout motto, son.
Be proactive.
It's be prepared.
Yeah.
How about this one?
You
This
know
is
what? Hurry up and be
most.
ready. Hurry up and wait. Like,
yeah. Did you ever get this in the military? One is none, two is one.
Yep.
Part of that be prepared, right?
Yep. Hey, be prepared. Like hurry up and wait is always the thing. Because you know what? If you stay ready, you'll always be ready.
It is true. It is true. I've kind of done that in my life to the extreme.
Yeah.
But that's all right, no worries, no worries. You should have some sort of reaction to a loud gun noise or some kind of report. You should be aware of your surroundings at all times. In fact, that's another thing, that when you're blaming others for your personal failures and you get in a trap where society's woes disappoint you, you find trouble because that's what you're looking for and thinking about. You start to find reasons why you're not good. And that what happens with your subconscious is you'll be at work, you will find reasons there to tell your boss you don't deserve a raise without telling your boss you don't deserve a raise because it's not your fault. You will tell the girl of your dreams to not fuck you and why she shouldn't fuck you without telling her why she shouldn't fuck you. You don't want to do that, and you don't realize, I can't tell you, I've met young men that do this and absolutely don't know it. They don't know it, Glenn. And I've seen a couple of different approaches work, and I think I know where you're going to come down. And one of them is to grab them, under the nose right here, lift right up and turn them around backwards and kick them in the ass to get the shock value. The other one is to finesse rope to them. Here's some rope, and make it really painful, but you're not actually the one doing it. They are.
Exactly.
And it's so blatantly obvious. Now, I could see the method of where you're going to kick them in the ass really hard, really fast. Myron's real good at this, by the way. Myron Gaines. And he gets gets good traction because I think a big fat, smack to the snot locker really helps a lot of guys these days more than the finesse rope. But
oh yeah, it's like you ever seen that movie where Dave, the Nacho Libre movie.
Nacho Libre?
Yeah. When he slaps the dude in the face. What's the line? Oh, slaps the dude and goes, look alive. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes men, we need to get slapped in the face. It's okay. Just a quick little, just kind of makes you back to reality. You're like, oh shit, okay, we're alive. You felt that? You felt that pain? That means you're still breathing. You're still able to do something.
Yep.
Wake up.
That's right. And where I see this really failing men today is in their long-term relationships, because women will recognize that a lot of times and they will want to give the slap. And that it just doesn't really work out. And it's just a fight. I mean,
that's right, Jerry. Go out there and slap all the homies tonight.
But no, I mean, us men, we do that because we need to find out from guys that we might engage with, be friends or workers, how much investment am I going to give to a guy that's going to blame everybody else? Because, we used to have this sign where I worked. Of course, it's all men. And it said no BS. You remember the international red line? And it said BS. People all thought it meant bullshitting. Because there are signs like that say no BS, right? You know what it actually meant?
What?
Because of our dangerous, because of our dangerous environment, it meant no blame shifting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, if something goes wrong and you had your hands on it, we had to sign every piece of cable, every bend.
Well, wouldn't that fall under no bullshit, though, in a broader category?
Well, I mean, people bullshit and say, yeah, I piloted the space shuttle back in, 89 and I saw so-and-so and man, I was banging Crystal McAuliffe, but I mean, no.
Hey,
blame shifting.
Hold on. Star, I'm going to start a service. I will slap you for a low fee, subscription fee.
Star's already getting slapped, but maybe not in that way.
But I know, guys,
with a
hey,
$4.95 subscription right now.
like Cappy got asshole consulting.
Hey, I'm starting one too. Okay.
What is it?
Well, Cappy's taking a break, and he said he might take a break from asshole consulting. I said, no problem. I'll step in with stink finger consulting. Not a problem.
Well, I got impact consulting. So,
asshole consulting, stink finger consulting, and impact consulting. Love it. Writing prop consulting.
We're making fun of this, and we're making fun of this like topic, and we're doing this lightly. But in all reality, guys, like, we want you to do better. And you know what? The moment you will start doing better is the moment you start blaming yourself and taking your responsibility.
Yep.
Stop blaming dad. Stop blaming mom. All right. Start blaming yourself. Yep. Look at the man in the mirror. And if you don't like what you see, then fucking do something about it. Because only you have the power to change it. Not mom, not dad. Your situations and your circumstances really don't mean shit in the world. Nobody cares. If you want change, do something about it.
And can I give everybody that's listening to this that wants change, that might want to do something, guys, there's a couple of ways to do it. And you can do it on your own. Absolutely, you can be successful.
Or you could join the Dragon Ship membership for a low price of $49.99 and join us, and we will talk to you and get you right back in your service, ready to go.
We'll slap you for it. You know what? Drop your affiliate link in the chat, Glenn. Start getting some subscribers for your chapter.
Yeah, you guys, I need somebody to subscribe. No. Let me tell you guys something. Hold up. All 19 of you in here. This is the text message I got from Thor. Well, guess what? VP or Master of Arms. Guess what? What? Randall got 2 subscribers. Where the fuck are yours?
Slap in the face.
Help a brother out. Go sign up.
Well, you gotta drop him your affiliate, brother.
Oh man.
Drop your affiliate.
I don't have it on hand. I'm not even on my computer right now. My computer's still being
set
up.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, drop my affiliate.
But what I was getting at is you can get coaches that are qualified. Now, not all coaches are qualified, but if you connect with them, even if they're not qualified, they can help shake you and rattle you enough to start making progress. This is true. And here's why. It's because you're investing a monetary sum. And when you do that, it makes it extremely valuable to you because you have to get your money's worth. It's not a grift. It's a value exchange, and it does something to your subconscious. Truly, it does. And that's what I was going to get at. Not all these are grifts. Now, you want a quality coach. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But I've watched actual guys that are just inspirational and not really giving you a lot of techniques actually work. But, you're going to have to screen for them. We'll go through some more of that on another episode of how to screen a mentor, Glenn, tell me some more while I get your affiliate up about what you like about having coaches help you through this blame stuff so that you can hold yourself accountable.
So I'm going to tell you guys a story. Once upon a time when Glenn was a blue-pilled piece of shit.
Here's Glenn's affiliate link if you want to join the Dragons. Now, guys,
I
beautiful Shield Maidens, but right now it's not open to Shield Maidens. I have something different coming for you guys. I think you'll appreciate it. But for now, just bear in mind, this is for the men right now.
You have to have been born with the penis. All right.
And that's Glenn's link. Use Glenn's link, help a brother out so he can get his chapter rolling there in Las Vegas.
Yeah, come sign up and be part of my chapter in Vegas. We're going to be the Vegas Knights. Since we won the Stanley Cup out here. They won the Stanley Cup. Might as well take that team. But let me take you guys a story. Yep. I remember messaging Ryan Stone on one of his live streams. He probably doesn't remember this. And I am complaining about my ex cheating on me. And Ryan held no fucking sympathy for me at all. He roasted me. roasted me. And it was just, I was so mad. I was like, I spent $10 on this piece of shit. I didn't even get I feel you, bro. No. He roasted me. Probably one of the best things he's ever did for me. Rolo's work slapped me in the face. And you know what?
Oh yeah, that was a big slap for all of us because
Yeah.
we were really taught to play on our ideals, and our ideals is how we love idealistically as men. We are the romantics, and as much as women would like to think they might be, it's just not in their. Sorry, girls, it's not in your capability. It's opportunistic, and that's a great thing. I am not
It's
slamming.
a
It's
beautiful
actually
thing.
beautiful because it makes me so much better. But
Exactly.
I
We
have to
have to.
recognize that when my ideals are crushed and not fulfilled, I shouldn't get depressed about it. Mm-mm. I mean, this boils down to even relationship problems, right? Glenn, have you ever ran into the girls that you're playing with and messing around with, and they've been in like 6 serious relationships, and they just don't know why these relationships keep crashing? It's always the guy's fault.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of women like that.
And we know exactly where the common denominator is.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I just want to know, Jerry, what the hell is the green pill? Is it the money pill? Like
Probably.
I don't. Jerry's over by you, Thor, and he's popping all these pills. You know, but no. Here's the thing, though. Like I looked up to these guys as mentor. Thor's a mentor of mine. I'm honored and privileged to be in my position to work with Thor. I'm also honored in my position to work with Rolo. But you know what? You have to fucking seek it out, guys. Thor ain't walking around with the membership sign up to be a mentee, you know? Oh, you have to subscribe to his channel, his thing. Oh, you have to join his membership. You joining his membership? There's billionaires in his membership right now that can mentor your life on teaching you how not to be such a fuck up.
Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate that. And we will be growing that membership. And Sarah, Star, we'll be doing something special come this fall for you gals, possibly a special late night show just for you guys. Because, men and women are better together than they are apart. And they need to understand the fundamental nature that they've been lied to about as well. What challenges are you going to face in your life? And they're just as strong as they are on the male side of the house. It's complementary. It's not combative. So if you want to have better results there, it would always be better to understand more about yourself and about what motivates men. Glenn, one of the things that cracks me up about some of the poor gals that are single and young and get frustrated because they've had their value for a long time and a lot of attention, and then they're kind of upset that men see younger women is more attractive with less baggage, and then they're not getting the attention. It's quite a smack to the gals, because they lose that attention and they start blaming the guys, saying they're intimidated by me, I'm too successful, all those sort of things. And it's kind of a sad, lonely place to be. Whereas it's completely avoidable if you understood a little bit about your nature and about how a man's nature is always going to drive him towards a certain attraction level with women. Can he shunt it? Absolutely. He can, but it would take problem solving skill, and it would take a man that has self accountability, completely.
You know
And
what?
that's just not that common right now.
It's really not. And it's like, guys, you want women to be accountable? Funny. You guys
That's
can't
right.
even be accountable for your own shit. You blame your dad.
Yeah, no shit. And look at these dating shows, which we love. We have some really good friends that do them. And, a lot of the participants who are not participants, but the viewers that we love, actually, and we want to see them grow as part of this. We're not making a living at it, but we know that they enjoy watching the women blame everybody else for their woes. Where's all the 6-figure guys and the 6-foot guys with the 6-inch phalluses and the 6-pack ass?
It's like, wow. It's like, see, she's a 304. She's for the streets. And I'm barely living on nothing. And pretty much living in the streets. It's like,
Well, what do you think about that though? You know, that gives that gets the guys into a bad mentality where they think they deserve.
well, guys, like,
They
why
think they
do guys
deserve
think they
something.
deserve anything? You know what you guys deserve? You deserve to die and to
Yep.
pay taxes. That's the only thing you are owed in life is death and taxes.
Now say that to the women.
Women, all you owe is death and taxes.
Now, you know that would cause a big stir on the twatter because women are owed something by their very nature, right?
You know what, men, ladies, let me tell you something. Rolo tweeted this today. I got this. This is be serious moment.
All right, let's be serious.
Ladies, men don't owe you shit. We really don't. We don't owe you a better life. Mm-mm. That life is earned by keeping your value, by being a good wife. And if you are that to a good guy, the right guy, if you vet him properly, then you could have a great life. But the reason why you are in your situation that you're in, because you're letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry go bye-bye to you. I can't keep a straight face.
I know it. I know it.
Oh,
yeah, I know but it is so common right now. It's such good entertainment, but it's kind of good that people can see that blame shifting is so hollow and rings so untrue. But the conviction to believe it is so strong.
listen, like if ladies, men are not going to save you from the streets if that's where you play.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? It's like if you play in the streets, you're having fun in the streets. Why would I want to take you away from where you like? You want to stay in the streets. You want to be in the streets. Fellas, a woman is not going to make you a better man. You have to make yourself to be a better man. She can motivate you. She can inspire you by her hypergamous nature. That's motivation. That's inspiration.
So it's a little bit of dread.
And so is dread.
I'm going to get to Sarah in a minute here. I want to do something really unusual for our space.
What do you think? Start blaming the women?
No. We have a tendency, though, to point out the facts. And the facts point towards single mothers, so it's going to sound like we're blaming that. And men are more than happy to come onto these screens and cry, yeah, I'm fucked up because, yeah, I was raised by a single mom, but look what I did now. You know, it's only taken me an extra 22 years. But, you know, single women are the problem, not me, not taking accountability early on for my own shit. So I'm going to say this. Single mothers are not. If we had the proper education, could fix that shit right now because my dad just basically raised himself, you know, and so you can't blame a single mom because he didn't have one. And he didn't really have a dad either. So
it's no, you're right. You can't blame your shitty single mom.
Nope.
And you can't blame the fact that your dad is not there for you to being a degenerate. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry for calling you out. Right.
It's like I have no sympathy.
And if you feel the same, join the Dragons.
Exactly. If do you remember that time about almost a year ago? We had a guy in our group, right? Told us he's going to launch this new course with him and his other buddy, right? And this course was going to be like the dating course changing of mindset, fucking and texting. Remember this course, Thor?
Yep.
And we're like, yo, we can't get behind it until we review it.
Yep.
They presented this course to us. And like a nuclear bomb going off, I pulled the pin out of that grenade and I threw it on that bitch. And we all watched. Everybody started destroying it because it was a piece of shit.
We didn't have substance and we can't get behind something like that. It's got to be.
And you know what? I don't know what happened to one of them.
Yep.
But I do know one of them has been getting better. I know one of them
maybe both. I've heard the grapevine. Both of them learned a big lesson and it's starting to get better for both.
And Did we do that because
No,
we just wanted to tank their shit?
we did
No,
not.
we did that because we wanted their shit to test the
We
time.
wanted
We
it to be
wanted their
better.
shit to be durable
Yep,
because we actually give a shit.
we do. We absolutely do. Hey, can I just tease Jerry a little bit? Jerry podcast. I mean, nice beard, buddy. But I got to tell you, man, I know these Rule Zero guys are fighting for, the Rule Zero Manosphere Championship and everything, but I am the reigning MILF and GILF champion of the entire Manosphere. I'll just have you know, Glenn can vouch for that.
Yes. Yes, yes, he is.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Talking about that championship belt, this is a message for you. Come on, Paul podcast. Bring it, baby cakes. I'm going to smack that booty and take that belt.
You guys both better bring your goddamn lunch when I show up.
Hey, Thor, this is not a clothing's optional event. So
Oh.
you do have to wear trunks to cover the meat hammer.
Oh shit, my biggest weapon. You guys would laugh and then you wouldn't be able to fight. Hey, you know what? I got to say something to Sarah because this is really interesting for her to say this. Now I'm trusting she's a woman. It's very interesting because the women in my life would say something like this too. Finding space has been nothing but positive for my marriage, maybe dread inducing, but it's not a bad thing either. The psychology that goes behind that actually, while it might cause anxiety, it also causes arousal. It is actually a scientific fact. It's in the same spot. So depending on how that's done without malicious, it raises your husband's value. And
I'll say this.
Yes, left, always on, always passive, and not in your face. And it works. And someday, if you go to my website and Become Durable, there's actually an entire video lecture series that's called Dead Bedroom. Use your marriage on a dead bedroom, the cure to it. And it's a year-long program for establishing dread in the proper fashion and not just jumping to the damn end. It's well known and it works very well. So thanks for bringing that up. That's really astute.
Jerry says, don't assume her gender.
Don't assume her gender. Sarah. Okay. She said marriage. So, okay. She's playing a female role. Have to, because only dread would work on her as a sub.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'll say this about Sarah's comment. You know what? I bet you the red pill has saved more marriages in the last 10, 15 years than the modern church.
I agree.
That's right.
Guys don't want to get divorced. Guys don't want to get divorced.
No. And you know what?
I bet you just want to add the second and third wife.
I would love to hear. I would love to eventually know Sarah's story and why she would say that.
Well, maybe when I get my new show up, we'll have her come on.
Yeah, because you know what? That would be great to have women say, you know what? The red pill saved my marriage.
And we'll treat her.
I would love to hear how many women say, the red pill saved my marriage. Thank you, you assholes. You guys saved my marriage. You make me love my husband again. You make me want to bang him again because he's now becoming the man that I wanted him to be or that he needed to be. Something. I don't know.
That would be good. We'll give it a test try. I've been asked a couple of times to do something like that. And we would treat them with a lot of respect. And, having so much MILF and GILF experience, I would be very gracious and courteous. And I think they could have a really good time and still understand and express their values in relation to.
I want to say something to Jerry, though, real quick. Hey, Jerry, the reason why Thor is the ultimate MILF and GILF Lord champion of the world is because he doesn't have a floor.
Well, I'll stand by. There are teen MILFs,
Yeah, but you also like whales.
Hey, porpoises are good, Barracuda's okay too. Sharks, no.
Oh, a girl field report. That would be interesting.
Sure, that'd be great, Sarah. I'm considering doing that. Late this fall, I'll have a new studio here. And we're definitely considering, I've been in talks with maybe doing something late night call in. So that'd be good.
So are you gonna Are we gonna call it the Valhalla Studios?
Yeah, that's not a bad name, but
I mean, I'm just wondering, like, isn't that where Thor lives?
how about
Valhalla?
Milfs in Midgard? How about that? Milfs in Midgard. Or Gilfs in Jotunheim.
That would
Or wait,
be
or that'd be
hilarious.
Wales in Jotunheim. Jotunheim is the frost giant realm.
Wales and Jotunheim. All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we're done with this. There ain't no unicorns here, only rhinos.
Oh God, no. Thor, what you got going on this week, man? You're busy, always busy.
Yeah, just wrapping up some small little bits and pieces, hoping you kind of finish out the weekend. We've got some visitors coming in. You're going to be headed into town, and probably miss you, but I think maybe next week we have. You know what? We have a pretty damn good show though coming up on Saturday. You're hosting Rule Zero.
Yes, I am hosting Rule Zero.
Yeah, you are. Look at you, son. And then after that, we're going to do even a better one. Yes, I dare say better.
I don't know.
Back to our roots.
You don't know what tricks I'm going to be pulling out of my sleeve in this one.
Well, you're going to be on both of them, so does it matter?
That's true.
So,
that's true. Ass in Asgard. Oh, that's perfect.
Asses in Asgard. Oh, damn.
Asses in Asgard Studios. Oh, that would be awesome.
Okay, that's got to get.
You better write that down. Jerry, we should call your studio Jerry's World.
Jerry's World? Hey.
Yeah. Jerry's World Studios.
That's not bad.
I am hosting this week's Rule Zero. We're going to be talking about the war, the real war, the Tradcons versus the Red Pill. Why they hate us so much.
Dude, that's going to be an ongoing running gun battle till the election's over.
Yeah,
and then you know what? A year later, they're going to buddy up to us again. Watch and see.
You know what? No. See, if you can't say it to my face, you can talk some shit to me. We're not never going to be friends again. We're going to have gatekeepers this time around.
Gatekeepers, yeah.
We're gonna be talking about like why there's such a hatred for it. Why is there such a hatred for this space? Why are these Christian men and these Tradcon men don't want men to get better? That's really what it is there's a war on men getting better.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask why men are trying to do that.
Well, speaking of hatred, we're going to talk about why older women absolutely hate age gap love on the Dragon Ship.
Yes.
And remember what I talked about earlier about sexual maturity, how different it is for men and women when we look at that scientifically.
Yep.
And how the brain ages differently. There is a large difference between 23 and 30 as far as those synapses in the upper neocortex, the frontal neocortex is concerned. We're going to talk about that. Why do older women get so infuriated with the age gap? And why did they say it's grooming and borderline pedo?
Well, there was a 40-year age gap between Ruth and Boaz. So, it's kind of biblical.
So? Was she old enough to go to the baker by herself?
You're damn right she was.
So what could she get at the baker's?
Oh, she got a loaf.
Of what? What could she get? Bread.
Spread.
Not spread, ding dong. Well, maybe it was hummus. Maybe it was some hummus.
We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be, guess if Thor had mules and versus goats pulling his. Okay, I'm reading some comments.
No, I know what it means. My goats pulling my chariot.
Heck yeah. We're going to be talking about the Tradcon War. We're also going to be, you know what, you guys stay tuned. There will be another Trident probably next weekend, hopefully. That will be going out there as well. I am working on a big time project. If you guys don't see anything from me next couple of weeks, it's because I am working on this interview with Robert Kiyosaki for Rollo Tomasi. I am the production manager. So I have a lot of, things I got to do to get that ball rolling. It's just I just had a meeting with Rollo about it, and it's just a big show, big deal, big time thing. So it's going to be, we're transcending the podcasting game. Like, just stay tuned for what we got coming out, because we're bringing the next level of shit here. So that, and we will be filming some more comedy here. I'm just getting situated in the new place in Vegas. But besides that, yeah, guys, we're busy over here. We're really busy. We're grinding. We're doing this for you.
Nice.
And because it's fun.
Thanks, GL. I'm going to take us out today with some merch, guys. This is merch that I hand drew and I compiled, and it is Lyman merch and it is Rule Zero merch. You can find it on RP Thor on Redbubble. Just go to Redbubble and type in RP Thor or Rule Zero. And if you do, I believe that Glenn Lawrence actually has his up as well. And you can find the Rule Zero merch there. If you want to find some really badass,
if you get your own Rule Zero notebook, you become smart like the guys on the cover. And guess what?
Is that what they
There's
do?
notes in my notebook.
Very good, Glenn. I'm going to take us out with that. Till next time, the Trident. Looking for quality Rule Zero merchandise, the Dragon Ship merchandise, and fantastic artwork for power linemen? Search no further than Redbubble RP Thor. Let's take a look at what is available today. Looking at these artworks, you will find the highest quality artwork specific to linemen or to Rule Zero that feature each and every one of the current Rule Zero members, from Troy, Aaron, Rollo, Ryan, Paul, John, Jack, Sterling, Thor, Paul, and Glenn. As well as you have these fantastic designs for power linemen available on t-shirts, available on hats. As you can see here, amazing amount of artwork, all done by RP Thor by hand and or on multiple media. So here we go. You can get the dad hat, you can get the mouse pad. The Actor t-shirt personally is my favorite, and very, very high quality. So what are you waiting for? Let's get back and let's visit RP Thor on Redbubble for your Rule Zero merchandise and your power lineman merchandise. High quality stuff. I mean, look at this art. Until next time, I'm RP Thor.